Good evening. Welcome to the Fated Friends podcast, a podcast between two good mom friends who share a love of romance fantasy books. And tonight we are going to talk about the book This Kingdom Will Not Kill Me by Ilona Andrews. It came out in the spring of this year, so it's brand new. This book is very unique. It's written by a husband and wife team.
That was my favorite part.
I know, isn't that so cool?
Yeah, when you told me that, I just loved that.
I know, and I could almost feel like when I was reading it, like, oh, this is the part where maybe he took over.
Oh yeah.
And this is her, her focus, or maybe her strength here. Or Ilona, I think
is the wife. Yeah.
What maybe her strength is, and the husband, I believe his name.
I think it's Gordon. I was just on their website.
You're right, Gordon. Anyway,
yeah,
they're so cute. Wouldn't it be so fun to have them on the show?
Oh, I know. The whole time I was reading it, I just kept imagining what it must be like to be a husband and wife writing team, and how cute they are. Like how maybe they just after. I think they have two kids. Mm-hmm. After the kids go to bed, you're just talking about your book, and they're so creative and came up with this really detailed, in-depth, deep fantasy world. And I think they have 1 million books out.
They do. They also have a very interesting style, because I think on their blog they also have book series that they write. They'll write it and post it.
Oh, wow.
It's almost like their own original fiction that they'll post serially, and then if it does a really good job, then they'll publish it. They'll sort of truncate it and streamline the story and put it together as a novel. So
oh, cool.
I think that's really cool. I would imagine too, if you're choosing to work on this endeavor together, they probably have so much skill in their communication with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like a very clear boundary of this is okay to talk about, this is not okay to talk about. I mean, if there isn't, wow. But
I just imagine they have the most creative house.
Yes.
Just a big library study. This is my visual was really ornate furniture. They just hang out and drink wine and talk about fantasy and all the different ways the characters could go. And that is so cute and so fun.
Oh, yeah. I imagined a shared office space where they have side by side, what are the desktops, and they're just dictating to each other ooh, I have a good idea, let me, as I'm speaking it, because it's going so fast and my mouth is going faster than my fingers, you type it out, and just constantly workshopping through ideas.
Yeah, with somebody that you have been doing this with, I think, for a really long time.
Yeah, that you super trust and have been together. I think they've been together since they were in college.
Oh, that's so cute.
It's so sweet.
Yeah. So, yeah, I loved when you were first telling me about this book, which was on the podcast. I think you brought it up. And then that was one of the first things you told me was it was a husband and wife team. And it's just such an interesting way to think about.
It is really interesting. Lately, I've been very particular about which books to read in this genre, because I think it's starting to get super saturated, because there is such a high demand, and we're in a culture of no patience. They want more. And sometimes people are okay with maybe sacrificing quality just to be able to have a fun, fantastical, romantic experience. But I can't let go of my own personal book standards. Of
course.
Yeah, I can't just read a book because it's sexy werewolves. I'm going to read it. And writing quality is so important. And I think they really did a good job in This Kingdom.
It was fun to see it. We went to a romance-only bookstore in Cambridge.
Oh, so fun.
That was a blast, the best day ever.
I know. I love our dates.
I know.
Our tea dates.
Yeah, we went and got tea, and then it just so happened that bookstore was a mile from where we were.
Yes.
Yeah.
We had to take advantage because when are we ever going to go to Cambridge
together
on a whim to just look at books?
Yeah, when it's open, no kids.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And then it almost was closed.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
So tragic.
It was we had the idea, and then I, wisely decided to look it up before going. But then one map app was it's closed, and one map app was like, it's open, and then we had to Google it, and you almost re-downloaded Instagram just to check.
Well, because they have so cute a romance-only bookstore that also has a cafe and wine bar.
Like a cool bar.
But sadly, the cafe and wine bar is currently under construction.
Yes.
However, bookstore.
They're expanding.
Yeah, because it's so popular. Yeah, and I knew this was going in. I think you had told me this like 2 years ago or something. And I just imagine it being kind of like a little nook, because romance is usually a little nook
Very
of a bookstore.
niche,
Yeah. And it was a big space.
I loved it.
And it was packed.
It was super packed. And of course, I mean, like, it was like floor to ceiling books in a lot of areas, but it was also like really, really nicely curated gift items and products. Like, I liked they had like a fragrance and candles and stickers and, you know,
Self-care.
Self-care.
Like, enjoy your day. You're here.
Yes, have a book, buy a thing of tea, and also new hand lotion and a candle.
Yeah, you need all of this for your experience.
Absolutely. They make it a whole experience. And I loved that there was a children's section too. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like children's romance, because that would be strange, but it was
obviously moms are going there, parents, you know,
grandparents. It was like fun fantasy, like more whimsical books.
Did you use the bathroom?
I did use the bathroom.
I liked that the bathroom was also
Even
fancy.
That was a vibe. Yeah. That was such a vibe. And and I bought the boys a book on the Greek gods, which my oldest is like eating up, and he thinks it's really cool. And
Love it.
He's like, wait, are they superheroes? I'm like, they're very ancient forms of superheroes, basically, who also determine the fate of humans. You know, it's all a really big story. And he was like, oh, that's cool.
Love
really
it.
Cool.
Yeah. But it was great to see this book. It was actually the first one so the whole bookstore was separated by like sports romance, historical romance,
romance fantasy.
Yeah,
of course. Like
romantasy was the whole back wall, and this was the very first book at the very top, because I guess Andrews,
yeah.
and it's like such a bright color, nice book. Like, I obviously read this on my Kindle, so seeing any of them in the wild, amazing,
so fun. I brought it with me so we could take a picture.
Oh, great, because I left my Kindle upstairs, so
no worries.
We have to reference.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I can't control F it, but you know, I know I would love to hear like, so this Kingdom Will Not Kill Me is a type of fantasy genre that's very popular in Japanese graphic novels, manga, and literature, and like pop culture. It's called isekai, where a character from one world finds themselves in a completely different world. It's usually like a person like you or me in modern day, contemporary times, and then you're whisked off somehow magically through a portal or by some mystery to some fantastic magical world. Yeah,
I had no idea that there was like Japanese or manga roots. I had heard the term portal fantasy, which I'm sure that's where it came from.
Sure.
But I had that's so cool.
Yeah. And so, and I have not really read anything like that before, although the book that I bought when we went to the bookstore, that one's called Water Moon, is an isekai book.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Great.
It's very cool.
What a good next.
I know. It's like if we want to stay on that theme.
Yeah. Well, I feel like you actually read this a long time ago.
And I read it when it first came out, which wasn't too, it's July. I guess I read it in March.
Yeah. So I'm sure you read things in between.
I have. Well, it was like an interesting, like this book like stayed with me, and I think I reread parts of it because I enjoyed it so much, and then I passed it on to my husband, and he really enjoyed it.
I love that Andrew read this.
Yes,
that's so fun.
I know. And he was really excited we were talking about it tonight. I should have asked him if he had any questions that he wanted us to dive into. But
I know. You guys still have to do your couple one. You got to do Will of the Millennium. You should do this one too. How fun.
That would be really fun.
Yeah.
You and Dave should find a book that you like.
I know. I was working on 5-year-old's bedtime, and he was like, let me know if you want me to fill in on the podcast before.
Yeah, totally. Dave has a vibe. Yeah, if there's a book that you both have loved in the past together, that would be fun.
Mm-hmm. I know. I'd have to think about. I think we were talking about doing one of those. That one that the movie just came out.
I was going to say The Odyssey.
Yeah, we should do that. No, what is it? It's the one that guy wrote.
Oh,
it's like about astronauts.
Mm-hmm. Project Hail Mary.
Yeah. I still have to read it though.
I haven't read it, but I've heard it's very good.
Yeah.
And
Did
really
Andrew
funny.
read it?
He did not read it.
Oh, I feel like it's a boy book.
Yeah, it's like
Girls read it too.
Girls read it too. My friend Sam, actually, when she visited, not this past visit, but the visit before, she brought us both books.
That's so nice.
Yes, and she brought him one that's like also super popular with the men. The name Carl, I think, is in there.
Popular with the men.
The men. Whereas the women like something else. And then she brought me a book called Bloodbound.
Let me look at it. I feel like that feels familiar.
Yeah. It's written by two really good friends. And so they're...
same idea. So it's like dual writers. Yes. I love this.
Yes.
Oh, there's a band called Bloodbound.
Oh.
Ooh, look at...
Oh.
Ooh.
Not our vibe. Not my vibe.
Anyways.
Yeah. I wanted a romantic book, and Bloodbound does not start off romantic. And I don't mean I'm totally tangenting us off of this kingdom, but after her visit, sent me a book. That one is called Between Tides and Thunder. But that's fun. That one's like a romantic enemies to lovers experience, and it's well written. It's really fun. Like some of it is, I don't want to say like predictable, but you kind of know the flow. You know where you're headed, and it's exciting to like be with it as it unfolds.
Oh, nice. Yeah, with this one, I didn't know if it was going to be a romance fantasy because we had just read The Raven Scholar, which was like a little bit...
It was mostly fantasy, tiny mystery fantasy.
Yeah.
And then a tiny bit of romance.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, tiny bit of romance. And so I wasn't sure with this one if it was. And then what was his name originally? Raymond?
Raymond.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Are there vibes?
Yeah. Ooh, sorry. Before we dive into that, let me just say, if you have not read This Kingdom Will Not Kill Me, we will spoil it.
Yep.
Because we're talking about it. So don't listen to this episode before you've read the book. Read the book and then listen to this episode and then let us know what you think. Yeah, I wanted to get that out of the way.
Perfect.
Yeah. But yes, so Maggie, before we even dive into the romance part, how do you feel about Maggie compared to our other female leads in the past?
Well, so different because I haven't read any like urban fantasy, which I also think Ilona Andrews does a lot of.
They do.
Yeah. From what I saw on their website. So I loved her.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
She's very relatable.
Yeah.
Because she like knows our world. So like her language and the way that she thinks and how she's processing things is very like, oh, I get you. Like I follow what you're doing. Whereas like if you were following someone like Feyre or Selena in Kingdom Throne of Glass, you're kind of like, okay, well, where is this person taking me? Whereas like I felt like when I was reading Maggie's point of view, it was very like, oh yeah, I totally understand how she's thinking about things and why she's planning a certain way. And then, of course, immediately asking myself, would I do the same thing that she would do? Like, could I have the guts to, for example, at the very beginning of the book, as she's been wandering around naked under a cloth for days and then realizes where she is at the point of the story and then decides she's going to attack this person who is actually quite dangerous to get the money that he's carrying. Would I have done that? Would I have done it a different way? Like, how would I have used the information of the books and the world as I know it to my advantage to survive?
Oh, yeah. And at that point, in that very initial one, she didn't even know she was Maggie the Undying yet.
Right.
So, yeah. So she just was totally risking her life.
Yes. Like, hopefully, I mean, I guess I'm stuck here. So if I can't get out of here, I might as well die trying. Like, it's very brave.
Yeah. And then I kind of think that you and Maggie are kind of similar because you're very detail oriented. Especially like when we're reading these books, like you pick up on things, you read the maps, you know, you always know the map, you know, so much about the characters, even like on your first read. Yeah. So when there would be things like, oh, Maggie she understood so much because, so she knew how the money worked to the point of knowing how the money worked. I mean, I suppose in Harry Potter, you would remember. Yeah. I don't remember it now, but at the time I did know the different coins and things like that.
Nuts and sickles and galleons.
Yeah. I don't know if I would have been able to do it at that extent, but I would have known that galleons were better and whatever.
Gold, silver, bronze, like you can kind of
get there. Yeah. But she knew it to such an exact, and she also knew exactly, obviously, how to manipulate or use her knowledge as
and
to
like
the
set
best.
herself up.
Yes.
To the point where, I mean, talking about maps, she had the map of Relis in her head. Like she knew where she was. She knew what bridge to ambush this person, like where to be, what time. It's like the level of her knowledge is almost scary, but then it's very helpful to remember that it's stated very clearly. I think she's 26 at the start of the book, and she came across these books when she was 16. So she's been reading and rereading these books for a decade. Yeah. So it makes sense that she knows the ins and outs. Like she has everything memorized. But then as you go on through the story, if you picked up on like, she could write down passages verbatim and was like, huh?
Yeah. Why do I have this power suddenly?
Like I knew it, but I didn't know that I knew it verbatim. Like that's crazy. So there's definitely going to be something I think we will uncover from there.
If you could go into a book series, what book series would you want to go into?
That's a good one. Huh.
It's hard, right?
It is really hard.
Because, like, I loved Fourth Wing, but I would not want to go to Basgiath.
No, ma'am.
Yeah, ever.
I mean, what world would I want to be in at the age I am now?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. As a 37-year-old.
Well, no, tell me everything. Okay. What would you have wanted to go into?
Okay, if I was, like, Maggie's age or, like, from Feyre to Maggie, like between 19 and 26, I would want to give a go in Prythian.
Yeah. Yes. I was thinking you would say that.
Yeah. I would want to do that. But if I'm 37, send me to Harry Potter's world. Yeah. I would like to open up a little apothecary in Diagon Alley and sell my things and like enjoy the charming magical system there. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, after Voldemort.
Yeah. Post Voldemort. Thank you. Yeah.
As a muggle, I don't think I would survive.
No, I wouldn't. I'd be like, get out of here. What about you? What worlds would you want to?
I know. I suppose Harry Potter would be probably the best. Yeah. I know, because I love When the Moon Hatched, but I wouldn't want to go there. Yeah. Like, I think that's why I like these books, because it's like, oh, so scary, but I'm safe in my couch.
You know what? It's probably, remember when we were probably unfairly critiquing people who love true crime? It's probably the same psychology of like, oh, I love romance fantasy because it's a fantasy and I can be in the world from the safety of my own home.
And then I liked it because, like, if I went to like Basgiath, I wouldn't want to steal Violet's boyfriend. No. Like, I wouldn't want to, I would just be I would, if I had to, like, if I didn't get to choose and I ended up in Basgiath, I would just try to become a scholar and become just sit around the scrolls
and like be Jasinia's friend and learn how to sign. Everybody knows how to sign, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, but I liked in this one that the love interest sort of comes out organically.
Yes. Yeah. In this kingdom. So, like, all right, so Maggie is basically a single mid-20s gal who's like working a job to pay her rent and has like a comfortable little life. She's like not unhappy.
She's like an Uber Eats driver.
She'll like drop off your groceries or your takeout order, but she also like works for a storage unit, I think.
Yeah.
So she's just like kind of doing her thing in Texas, and like kind of okay. Like she feels really comfortable and safe, and then wakes up in this magical world that she's known for a decade and has no idea how she gets there. And I love how she formulates her plan. Like she ambushes that guy, she gets her money, she comes back to life, she has to disrobe a dead body in the river to wear a cloak. She makes her way to the garden in the dead of night, but on her way, she runs into the Sleepless Duke, which is super badass. And I love this part of how it's written, where she's literally living it. She's trying to survive, but she's also like fangirling on the inside. Yeah. And she's like, oh my God, it's the Sleepless Duke. Like, he's handing me coins. This is so cool. And also, I hope I survive. Like, it's such a, the authors captured it so well. And then she ends up at the garden and is able to pay for a comfortable enough room to take a bath and get her bearings. And I love how she formulates her plan. Like, she makes choices based on, again, the information that she knows, but she has a contingency plan as well. Like, she leaves the garden, decides to break her own rule and inform...
It's that girl who's like in charge. Yeah. And then she like makes an ally right away. I loved that, how she's like, okay, I am risking a lot because I'm changing the future. Yes. And I don't really know how that's going to affect the books. But
is like, you know what? I'm here. I suffered alongside her for pages and pages by this like brutish, horrible man. I forgot, how do you say his name? Raban. Like, she doesn't deserve that fate. Her daughter doesn't deserve that fate. So I'm going to, show mercy. And it does end up paying off in the end.
Yeah. I know. That was like the first hint of these books are bloody.
They are. It's like Game of Thrones. Yeah. Kind of is the vibe that I got, just in terms of, because Andrew and I were talking about, like, how could she know so much detail? Like, how could it possibly be, like, down to the most minute detail? And I thought, I've not read A Song of Ice and Fire, but from what I've gathered is George R.R. Martin is, like, so detailed and so specific, it's almost like he's writing a history book inside of these stories. So I wonder if it's the same level of detail, especially because the author, Adrienne Latour, also has, like, POV chapters where you're, like, inside of a character's head. So
I know, because with this book, I kept wondering who's the main character of the books. What is the book series called?
Oh my gosh.
I have no idea.
Isn't that horrible?
I know, but I wonder if they ever said it.
I think they did. Hold on. Let's see.
Parts of this made me feel like I wish I had read this book first.
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah.
Like, she knows so much more than all of us.
Yeah, so like there weren't, all of a sudden it would just be like, oh, and now we're here, and it would like be this brand new thing that I've never heard of. Oh, did you find it?
I did. Okay, so the series is called The Rise of Kaer Torin, and then the two books that are out are The Thieves of the North and The Lords of the East, and then there's no third book. It's assumed to be a trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it sounded like all of the, like, she's been rereading this book forever, these books forever. And then also like I loved all like the fan boards.
Yes, yes. And like deep discussions about whether certain, back to my world and being like, they do have hot running water. There is toilet paper. Like,
yeah. And like, it would be like, oh, this character was mentioned in one line. I have nothing about them. And like, they are such a rich, deep character with such a huge backstory. And yeah, she's trying to figure out all of that. I like love that too. Like, now I'm like discovering more and more about this book.
And still is like using what she does know to her advantage, which again is like, gosh, if I was in her shoes, how would I make sure I survive? But I feel like I've pulled you off of the subject multiple times in terms of the romance piece in this book. Yeah. What are your thoughts on the unfolding?
I was actually surprised it was going to be a romance whatsoever.
Yeah.
I was surprised it was in the romantasy section of the romance bookstore. I mean, I suppose it belongs there, but so the name he is in the beginning, Reynald. He's supposed to be 38, but he doesn't.
He looks like he's my age almost.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, good, a 38-year-old, like keeping him like young and fresh because we are young and fresh. But it's like, oh no, he really is like in his 20s or something.
Yes. She's like, hang on, why doesn't his book description match who I'm meeting? And there are totally hints in other books. It's not as... Like there were times where it was on the nose, even though it was still trying to be subtle. Like when Reynald is like, you look amazing in green, or green becomes you. And
yeah. He's like dropping that.
Yeah. Sleepless Duke, your colors are green, And I like had a feeling, but I was like, maybe
You did have a feeling?
not that he was the Duke, but that like maybe he had a connection to the Duke.
To the Duke?
Yes.
You're great at this. Like you should have gone into this book.
No, I'm good. I'm gonna stay here in the world.
No, you would be so. I
could survive.
You could, maybe. And you could navigate and do the things.
Yeah.
No, my mind was blown.
Yeah, I love that. Well, I was just sort of like, he keeps talking about, he's like, she looks good in green. And he like, I think he made a couple of other comments. I was like, why does he care? She's also hung up on the fact that I think Reynald's eyes are gray. Interesting. And that moment where she's like, I need to see your papers because something is not adding up. And he brings her his papers that are not his papers. They are Reynald's papers, but little did we know Reynald had already perished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so the first part where I guess I would imagine that she starts having a little crush on him when they're walking. It's weird that I have the best assassin soldier like in my employ when I am not that high up.
High ranking.
Yeah. So it's like, it's suspicious.
Yeah.
So he only did that because so we don't look suspicious. Like I must be paying him at like
in other ways.
This is our like situation. And yeah, so then I was like, oh, okay, so they're like not going to hook up.
It was a lot of like tension that you weren't sure was tension because Maggie would also like feel it and then dispel it. Like you said, sort of like, what's the word? Rationalize her way through it. Like, oh no, he only did that move because I'm, putting all of these pieces together and like writing it off until there is that moment where they take the little boy Caden to they like found, I guess, his parents' remains or something, and they put them to rest or put their names up under his family burial site, and like they're sitting on the bench and they're like staring at each other, and she can tell like if she said yes, he would have kissed her, like a move would have been made, and she realizes that not only does she have that power, but that he has the respect for her to let her determine that pace. So then I'm like, this does feel like the main female, main male character kind of energies that we've experienced before, where that happens, I think, through the female gaze of fantasy, where the man is able to wordlessly almost pick up on the fact that the woman wants the power and he gives it to her. In terms of a relationship.
Yeah, it's so nice. Like, I don't know if you ever read any, like when you were younger, any of like the old school kind of romance books that
like Danielle Steele?
Yeah, like that kind of they're all very rapey.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's like it's very nice to have this be like the new age of like
consent.
Consent being like in so many different ways.
Yes, like I will touch your hand if you let me touch your hand. I will kiss you if I ask and you say yes. I never read Danielle Steele or any of those books, but I had a family member who she would read like the Harlequin romances.
That's which actually like I think some of them are
okay.
Yeah, but in general, rape vibes.
Oh, gosh. When I was younger, I accidentally stumbled upon a romance that I didn't realize was a romance. It was about this woman who comes to this seaside town looking for a man, a widower, and all this stuff. And then, like, suddenly there's, like, romance. I'm like, what is happening? Oh, my gosh. Like, whoa. I think I was, like, 14.
No, yeah, that was my exact experience too. Like I'm reading a book that was in my sister's bookcase and I'm like really trying to figure out this plot. Like and then I like talked to her about it later and she was like, there's no plot. It's not what we're reading this book for.
Yeah, it's literally just like this experience where two people come together, they fall in love and they hook up.
And then they have like very blatant hookup and it's like mind blowing.
Yeah, and I'm like, whoa.
What am I reading?
Is this normal? Is everybody picking up a book that seems so innocuous and sweet? And it's suddenly like, whoa,
oh my gosh.
Hello.
But none of that was in this book.
No, It was very...
They didn't even like get together.
They didn't. Yeah. I know this is like skipping all the way to the end because we're skipping like a bunch of other characters, but I love that at the end, Maggie still runs the show. Mm-hmm. She's like, get out of my house. Now that I know who you are, do not talk to me, do not touch me. Not just to Reynald turned the sleepless Duke, Raymond v. Everard, but the other guy, the other knight, the defender knight, who pretended to also not be himself. He called himself the Earl of Belen, and then he is revealed to be the Golden Knight. And she's like, "No, go away too. Like, stop being weird and aggressive." And I love the choices that she makes around choosing herself over choosing the men.
Yeah.
You know?
I forgot that guy also changed his identity.
Yeah.
It's so crazy that that's such a common theme.
Yeah, like, no, everyone's all shady.
Yeah.
Like, of course you're going to be like, no thanks. I don't know if you're actually telling me the truth of who you are.
Yeah, even though, like, super fan who knows everything.
I know.
Yeah.
She couldn't pick up on certain things.
Well, it's probably good that she made some mistakes. Otherwise, it would be boring.
It would be boring. There would be no tension. Mm-hmm. I thought of you when I was reading this, which is why I was like, I think you should read it, because it is very slow burn. It's a lot of like,
oh yeah,
lingering glances and simmering tension and like protective actions and like him holding her, and there is a kiss, but it feels very like rushed and forbidden and whew, like take your breath away. But then there's a lot of push pull. Which
I really liked him. For some reason, I thought when it was Raymond, I thought it was creepy. Reynald, sorry. I thought it was a little more creepy because I just couldn't get it out of my head. Yeah, that he's like older and she's in her 20s.
A son.
He has a son. He's an old son. Like, he's like this aging soldier, and yeah, that was just in my head. So then when he becomes this like cool dude,
young, hot, powerful dude,
exactly,
the Duke of Selva,
I'm like way more into that, and then. Like, she kept being like, oh, no, he just plays, like, wild mind games. Yes. That's his whole thing. That's what he did to his wife.
Yes.
Absolutely. She was like, he's like, well, what do you think I would do if it was somebody that I actually really liked? Like,
AKA you.
Yeah.
AKA,
it was like,
I'm in love with you.
That.
Yeah.
Like,
but she
so
still
cool.
doesn't trust him because he doesn't have any POVs in either of the books. She's like,
yes, I loved that.
Yeah. She's like, I'm basing all of this on how he appears. Like, when he appears, everybody dies. Like, this is basically what she says. And so she's like, how can I trust this person? And it's totally understandable that she is being so cautious and being so aware. But at the same time, I'm like, he's so into you, girl. He wants to marry you. He wants you to be his duchess. But she doesn't think that. She's like, no, he wants me to join the dukedom of Selva so that I can be his advisor because I know all this stuff. Whereas I think he's like, no, girl, I want to put a ring on your finger. Like, this is what I want.
Yeah, no, I loved how it was like, as the reader, we figure that out slowly, like, but she still doesn't get it.
Yeah, believable because she's like, how can I trust? I've never been inside of your head. I don't know if you're actually true to what you're saying. And then I love that she chooses Solentine. I love that character. He's one of my favorite characters. And I love it. It just made, not only was it like challenging to get there, but it made sense when she made those choices. And there was that funny moment where she's like, I choose to be Solentine's cousin. And like Solentine and Everard are in the room and they're kind of arguing with each other. And she's sort of like sitting with her choice and the fact that by saying that she's joining this, noble family, she's literally writing off her own family. And she's having this like internal, then she's like, uh-oh, why is he looking at me like that? And why is Solentine upset? And my theory is that even though Maggie didn't make the choice that Everard originally wanted, he's realizing that his family and Solantine's family have known each other forever. So he's going to probably make a bid to marry her.
Yes, I thought that too.
Yeah. And then Solantine is like, dang it. Like, you outsmarted me. I was trying to, like, keep this girl safe because even though I am outwardly like a cruel, crazy, ruthless bastard, I have a soft, spot for my family, which is probably why Maggie chose him, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved just the dynamic. I loved it all. It was so good.
Oh, I know. What did you think about the butcher?
Oh, that was exciting.
Yeah.
That was really interesting. Not only like him as a character and like his demise, but also just what his appearance, what it unraveled in the rest of the story. Like, as soon as he appeared, Maggie's plans changed in terms of like, okay, now I have to pull in these other people and go over here and make this meeting, and then I have to do this and make sure this is still happening. Like, she has so many fingers in so many different pots, and it's that part is what I found so interesting. The butcher himself, I like that it was just like, no, he's a psychopath who likes to kill people, and Raban like forged a relationship with him because he could basically provide for his like sickness as a psychopath and still get his way. And it was very well thought out.
I hated any kind of serial killer because
I
that's so scary. But I did like, I think when we were out on our tea date, I had mentioned like they were just about to see the butcher.
Yes.
I was
like, so excited for you.
Exactly. And I like, not only was that part really great, scary for Maggie, but
yes.
After that, I felt like the book like heated up so much.
Super fast.
Like I got a little it was all great. I just got a little bored when they were just like hanging out in the.
She was making soap.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. And I didn't know where they were going with anything. Yes. And then it was like Reynald is old. Like I just don't know about all this. And then it turned, and then Everard becomes himself.
Yes.
And it just like got so good after that. Like I guess that's like at the 50% mark. Then it was amazing.
It was so much. The pacing was slower, but it was like things had to happen at a certain timeline. The whole thing about the Himalayan salt.
Yeah.
And how they had to like get a particular barrel of salt, and she's not telling you containing is why does this matter? Like, what is going on? You're kind of in the dark with the other characters, and then when it's revealed, you're like, wow, that is so cool. She was right. And like you can feel her relief of like, oh my god, I was right. If I wasn't right, what would we do? And it allowed for the stakes to not only remain high, but for you to recognize like she realizes the whole time that with every choice she makes, it could change the timeline. Mm-hmm. It could change that maybe that those people changed their plans and they didn't put the iron that they're smuggling in that. Like, she's hedging on a lot of bets. So it is a lot of like, hurry up and wait of a feel.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought when they try to capture the butcher, that was definitely like super high stakes. And then Everard reveals himself and she doesn't trust him, and it like creates a whole new layer of tension. I
know. This is why I wish I had read that book, like
the book, the series.
Yeah, the series, and then got to like see this and see like the changes that she makes and everything.
I know. For a while, so I think Andrew, or maybe it was you, someone was like, oh, I think the guy that keeps popping up, the guy that won't tell her who he
is the author.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Andrew thought that too, that was the author. But what did you think about him being the supposedly dead son of the current king's half-brother?
So, no, I don't. I have no idea.
Yeah, I didn't. I was like, really? Like, I don't know. But it made sense. Yeah.
I still think there's something about the author. Like, because it's a series, she's not going to like, or
they're not going
to drop that book.
Yes.
Where is the third book? Yeah, who put her there? Yeah. The author is in this book somehow.
Yes.
I imagine.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. And it seems like I can only remember his name is Silverin. I can't remember his true identity right now.
Wait, the bad guy?
The bad guy.
Yeah.
Like, he's undying as well. Because,
is he?
Yeah, because when at the near the end, when they're trying to prevent the Sun Margrave from being assassinated, which they stop that from happening, which was so exciting.
Yes,
when Maggie's not brother, like, is the fastest sword in all of Relis. Like, that was so fun. And then those big monsters come, and then Durgans?
Yes, the Durgans. And they're, like, on the walls at one point.
They're, like, dragon-like. I don't know.
I imagine them, like, I don't know why, just, like, big sheep. For some reason, that is what was in my head. Like,
I was imagining, like, these big winged beasts.
So they're dragons? Yeah.
Or, like, I can't remember their exact description, but they're like these big flying beasts. I don't know.
I imagine them so fat. I don't know. It's because, like, I was reading that part so fast, and I was just like, Durgan. Okay, what does a Durgan look like?
Flying hippo. I don't know.
That's exactly what I imagined.
I know. I was just thinking kind of like, did you get to the wyvern in the Throne of Glass series?
Probably not, because I had never heard wyvern until Basgiath.
Okay. I was thinking, like, it's kind of a wyvern. So wyverns are dragon-like, but they only have 2 legs.
That's yes.
Yeah. So I'm like, wyvern crossed with, like, a bird? I don't know. Like, because they have, like, these sharp, I don't know.
Oh my gosh, remember that little bird that, like, bites you and then can hunt you, and that's how they found the butcher?
Oh, the little monkey. I thought about it as a monkey. The little magical.
Yeah.
I thought about it as I forgot. One of the Gort's sons is able to tame.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then I thought it was funny that little monkey guy kept biting her.
Yes.
Because they like magic. And then later, so tell me what happens. Like, later she has magic.
So she doesn't think she does.
Yeah.
Because, like, no powers manifest. But, like, the little monkey bites her. It's the monkey thing. And then also that very interesting turn where Everard has to go back to Selva, and he takes her with him to ride that magical beast that siphons magic from the rider to, like, make them go so fast. And they're like, these creatures really only like people with a ton of magic. And that beast was, like, all up in her.
Right.
And, like, snuffling and trying to, like in love with her. And, like, Solentine and Everard are like, what's up? I thought you said you had no magic. And she says, like, I don't think I have any magic other than being undying. So I think...
So that was unresolved. We still don't know.
There's, like, some kind of latent power that I think she has.
Yes, I like that.
I do too. Yeah. I like that she doesn't know. And
right. I am so sad we don't have all the other books.
I know.
When is the next one? It sounds like they are good writers fest.
They're trying. Yeah. They're doing their best. So sometimes I'll go onto their blog, and they have, like, a very strong following. Like, people who read their serials, people who read their other books. And Ilona is sometimes on the blog, and she'll put in a reminder, like, just remember, like, we are 2 human beings, and we have a certain standard of quality for ourselves, and this book just came out, everybody. So, like, cool your jets, So I have a feeling the next book won't come out at least until next year.
Yeah.
But I wonder if, like, because you're writing in a pair, does it go faster? Does it go slower? I don't know.
Whatever. I would love another book, but how lucky that we are that we have so many books coming out.
Books.
Yeah.
So many books. So many. But yeah, I think, gosh, I know there's so much to talk about. So many characters we haven't talked about because it's such a rich world. But what do you think is going to happen? Like, do you have any theories how it's going to unfold next? Because she is kidnapped and Clover is the only witness.
And he can, like, control people. Like, he could have made her, like, just jump into the abyss.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he didn't. So he wants to, like, use her for something. Which is, sorry, though I didn't finish my thought, though, that he is also undying because during the attack, the Durgan attack during the Sungrave's son Margrave's attempted assassination, he corners her on the bridge while she's trying to like buy them time to keep the Margrave safe. She's able to, people gave her, and stab him in the thigh. And she'd been practicing stabbing because, you know, I love the Everard is like, you can't just clobber people in the face until they have no more face to kill them. Like you need to have some technique. So she literally like severs his femoral artery and he falls and you think he's dead. So
I know. It's so creepy that it's like I love Maggie being undying because
there's more than one now.
Yeah. And like I like Maggie. She's the main character. Yes. Like I'm pro Maggie, but now like the evil guy is undying.
Yes.
Have you read any fantasy books with undying,
no,
like immortal kind of situations?
Other than like, I haven't read Dracula, but I've heard like he always comes back.
Yeah. That's so scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which then makes me, I just had a thought. Does his undying nature, is it linked to hers? So would they have to kill her in order to kill him?
I know. And then they like, with the whole butcher of it all, they really gave you like, oh, how could somebody really abuse this in a horrible way?
Thank God she killed the butcher.
Right.
That was
like,
a badass scene.
Silver obviously knows
Yeah.
what he could do. Or he could like, oh, she'll survive, like jumping off, but like Clover won't. So
Yes.
yeah,
he can
do,
manipulate her.
All, these terrible things.
Yeah. Which also, it makes him even scarier. Because technically, I think his story was that he supposedly died as a boy in a fire.
Oh.
But he didn't.
Yeah.
Or maybe he did and then he came back to life. So you can literally burn him to a char and he'll still come back to life.
And that's like something that she didn't know because like I feel like there was another time where she was like, oh, but if I die in this way, do I come back? Like she didn't know all the rules of it.
She's like calculating her cost. And then like knowing that like depending on her death experience then determines the length of her recovery. Like after her experience with the butcher, it takes her a long time.
Yeah, because it's so scary. And then she was like, did you see my fingers? Like, he took my fingers off. Like, and they were like,
happened?
what? No. Like, and she's like, okay, noted.
So they
like,
just disappear.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, now I know all these things.
Yeah. Or what was it like when my throat got slit? And he's
Yeah.
like, your blood just disappeared and then you came back. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess you'd have to, like, think through all of this.
And, like, gather this information.
Yeah. Well, I don't have a theory. What is your theory?
I have this hope that as he is trying to take Maggie away, Clover is able to alert the rest of the house, and then also Solentine has, clearly I've thought about this.
I love it.
Solentine has spies everywhere, so I have a hope that like his people are watching, and then of course Everard is obsessed with her, so he's watching, and I'm hoping that actually her kidnapping is unsuccessful and they're able to kill that Durgan, rescue Maggie, and keep Silverin for questioning. That's my hope.
Oh, good. Yeah.
That would be cool, but then it's like, well, then where does the book go from there?
The author.
I know.
Something with the author. Like, why is Maggie even here?
Yeah, what's the point?
Right.
Especially, that was interesting too, that like the day she got there was the day that Reynald died. That he was crushed by his horse.
Very interesting.
Very interesting.
And then going back to the romance of it all. So that was like kind of interesting. I assumed when she was talking about Everard's wife, who's like obsessed with him, that they perhaps already were married.
Oh, no.
But then it's not. It's
not
like,
there
this
yet.
would have been later. So like, is there any kind of story with her? Does she show up?
Yeah.
She seems obsessed with him.
I know, right?
Yeah.
She's from a different kingdom. Like it's to form an alliance, right?
Yeah, like she's not obsessed with him today, but like maybe she becomes obsessed with him. I don't know.
Yeah,
like she seems like a figure that could happen again.
Yes. Everard reminds me a lot of Rhysand because Maggie reminds him. I like that she kind of mansplains him to himself. She's like, no, you don't like that. You like this. This is how you operate. I know because I've read you in the books. And he doesn't correct her. He just like takes in the information and is like, that's how I am. That's how you're perceiving me. Okay. Like he's just gathering this information.
Yeah, because he's mind gamed.
He's from Akatar because she accuses him or reminds him over and over again that nothing is more important to him than Selva. Like, he will burn the rest of the world to the ground if it protects his people and his territory. And interestingly, he thinks of her as his, which he made that very clear, and she's not making that connection. I find that, you know, he sort of has that vibe of like, I bow to no one. I get on my knees for nobody except for Sotto on his knees to remind him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like a romance fantasy reader's dream. Morally great character who will do nothing for anybody except for the people he loves.
Right.
Why is that attractive? Why is that romantic?
Right. To like hate everything except like a couple, because you're the chosen one.
You want to
like,
be chosen.
Yeah.
You want to be
He chose you.
He's so powerful. He's got all the power. And
yeah, he could have anyone and it's only you.
It's you, and then you control him.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you're the best.
Yeah. It's really winning. Just winning.
We just want to win.
I want to win. I want to be the best. I want to have the best looking man with the most power that everybody fears, but I control. Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah.
But is that desirable? I guess that's what makes it a fantasy.
Yeah, and I guess that's like so nice about Maggie too, because she's not like, in her real life, she's not like a supermodel or something. Yeah. She's like, an Uber Eats driver.
Yeah. She's like, I'm not ugly, but I'm certainly not.
I'm chill.
Yeah, I'm not like, you know, the most beautiful woman in the room, or, you know, she uses the certain like fantasy inspired descriptions. She's like, I don't have raven black hair and like alabaster skin and piercing blue eyes. I'm just Maggie, you know.
But she's like perfectly positioned to be here because she is such a super fan who knows everything and thinks critically and uses that information in the best way you absolutely could.
Discernment. It's probably one of the sexiest qualities ever, is discernment, to take the information and discern. What I love so much too is that this book in particular grapples with all of the questions that I have, which is why it attracted me so much. And
like what questions?
Like the whole thing of like, why is it so sexy to find to be in a position where a man who has all the power and all of the advantage, that he choose that character, the main character, and what is it about her that makes her so attractive? Like, what I like so much about this book is that I can see how strong and capable and like smart, attractive in non-physical ways that Maggie is, that I'm like, well, to me it's obvious that this character, that the Duke of Selva does fall in love with you, that the Golden Knight does fall in love with you, because you are so self-possessed. Whereas I think the female characters in other books, not that they don't have that quality, but it takes a little bit more work for them to get there. Like, there's still, not that Maggie doesn't question herself, or not that she doesn't feel insecure, but there's an assertiveness to her that I don't think other main female characters have, that she carries with a certain maturity. Like, Violet is very assertive and knows that she's smart, but she also makes super immature choices. Feyre has no idea how awesome and cool and powerful she is, so her lack of self-esteem blinds her. But like Maggie she's self-aware and self-possessed, but she's also just like, no, I'm a kind of a fan first. I don't really want to like mess with your world more than I have to. And it's not, she's like keeping it in the front of her mind, like, I'm probably not staying. And she recognizes it.
Yeah, and she almost is like, it's not like in a haughty way, but she's like a little bit like above them all, because she knows them as characters and knows she's been in all of their heads.
Yes.
Except for Everard.
Very
cool.
I know. I love that part.
Yeah.
And it's like,
good idea, guys.
Why? Why did Adrian Latour not have access to him? Like, who is he?
Right.
But yeah, I mean, like, this is a silly example, but like if you found yourself in Harry Potter's world and you were also in Hogwarts and he's like, I want to marry you. And you're like, no, you're supposed to. Like,
right, don't.
No, you go with the Cho Chang and then you're going to be with Ginny and it's going to be great. Like, you don't want me. Like, that's sort of the feel.
Yeah, like I'm not really from here or a part of this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just watching.
Yeah, I'm watching and I'm helping and I'm trying to not mess things up too much, but I really like you. And it's very interesting.
Like, I don't know if there's other books like this where like people go inside books, but I think it's so cool.
I'm sure there is, but I've never read anything like this.
Yeah, like, what a good idea.
Yeah, I love it. I going back to like, again, discernment, but like being more choosy about the books that I've been looking for, I found this just like combing through Goodreads and Amazon, book reviews of like, I want something that is like a true 5-star, not a fake 5-star where you're like, oh my God, I loved it, 5 stars. And then you read it and you're like, this is not 5 stars. You're supporting someone. Maybe you're feeling super hyped up, but like, what is a 5-star truly? Like, let's be more thoughtful. Whereas, I really felt like this was a 5-star book in terms of quality, character. It may not be everybody's 5-star, but it's so well done. Yeah,
really well. I feel like with this kind of idea of like going inside a romantasy book, like we could like trust them.
Yes.
To take that and really run with it in like the best way and go like really deep.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's definitely not like, here's a linear story and then here are the major points that I know I want to hit. So like I contrive the way the story unfolds to get to the point. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like I'm letting the story unfold and it's like you get surprised. Oh, this is where this happens. Okay, cool. I didn't think it was going to happen here, but it's really working. I like that.
Ooh, so 5-star for you?
5-star for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you rate it?
Ooh, I really liked it. Maybe 4 out of the 5.
Okay.
I got a little confused and parts of it were a little slower.
I get that.
But I really liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I think, I like that, again, that we're not just being like, oh my gosh, my 5-star too, and agreeing, like, what, other than pace and maybe just the density of, like, character storylines and all the stuff that's happening, was there anything else that didn't get you to that 5-star point?
Ooh.
It's okay.
I mean, I don't want to, like, be negative about like
no.
And I think that this is like a really fun book and like people should read it.
Yeah.
I guess I got lost just as a reader because there was a lot going on. Mm-hmm. Like I don't know if I would have if like this book did exist, and I wonder if they like wrote this book. They wrote Keratorin or like like
if they have like parts of it.
Yeah, exactly. To like make this happen. Like I think that would have been such like, I don't know. I would imagine they do not have endless time, but to just like write a book just for fun. Yeah. But that would have been like really cool. But it felt like so many different characters, so I was having like a hard time keeping up. And then because there were so many different characters, I didn't feel like the romance hit as hard as it does when it's like there's like 5 characters, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, honestly, I don't think the Callie Hart books, I forget, Quicksilver.
Oh, yeah.
And then I just started Brimstone. I don't think those would be your 5-star whatsoever.
No, they're not.
But they're, like, pretty high on my list.
Okay.
So that's why, like, it's all relative.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. I totally get that. And it makes me want to, because I am guilty of being a DNFer. Like, if I can't get into it. Really loved it. Sam loved it. People really enjoy it. I want to sit down and talk about it because I want to understand a little bit more.
There's not a lot to understand.
Oh, okay. It's just fun?
It's just fun.
Okay.
And, like, this one was fun. And, like, this is also why I'm glad that, like, I have a friend like you and we have this podcast because it did slow down.
Yeah.
And then The Butcher happened, and then Everard happened, and it got really exciting.
Yeah.
And then, like, when they started getting to, like, I might take this out because this is just me like rambling.
No,
but
no,
like
I'm following you.
the Sun Mangrove and they went like all of that. I just got so lost.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't even know what's happening anymore.
It's like everything was very tight and close together at the end, but like the importance of the Sun Margrave to Maggie is that he was viewed his job as like his vocation. His job was to like uphold justice and the law, and he is like the only person the current king trusted, because the current king is kind of going crazy and the heir to the throne is not a good person, but the king is fully aware of that. So it's like a very precarious moment in terms of power balance, because if the Sun Margrave had been assassinated, that was the trigger that would have set the king off and lost his marbles, and it would have primed the situation for Raban to step in and do his crazy
all the stuff,
reign of terror. So it's like for her, that was the moment that everything hinged on. But because she made so many changes and interacted, I think, with Silverin so much, it changed the outcome. And we'll see if keeping the Sun Margrave alive is still as important.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, and like...
But I get it. It's like, whoa, this is a lot.
Well, I mean, you were an English lit major. So you can get into the details and really get it all. Yeah. And like, I am
you
a little...
an English major?
I was a psych major.
Oh, you were a psych major. I was a humanities major. So
I thought you were English literature.
Oh, no. I was French. Well, I'm going to sound so bougie. I was a French language and literature and humanities double degree. So
yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's probably why I get really into the words.
I love it.
Into the weeds of the words.
Yeah. No, I mean, and that's why you would have been a great Maggie.
Yeah. I like that. Thank you. That makes me feel happy.
No, and like I definitely am going to read the next one.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I thought it was really excellently well done. Yeah.
I think probably, to your point, like maybe they'll release like snippets of The Rise of Keratoran.
They should.
Because they didn't know how well this would do. This is their first like traditionally published.
Oh, I wondered.
Like book where they're like dealing with bigwigs who are like, okay, you have enough of a following. Let's have you give it a try, give it a go.
Yeah. And I'm so glad.
Me too. I'm glad that they took their time with it. Like that's what I've garnered from their blog posts is like.
Well, it's very complex.
Oh, so complex.
Yeah, could. This is not something you could write in like. I think Callie Hart might have written Quicksilver in like 6 weeks.
Sure. Yeah. You know what? If the creativity pours out of you and it's like a fun ride, like yes. But this was like
so thought out, like circularly. I don't know. Yeah, like stuff popped up all over the place.
Yes, it gives like Sarah J. Maas level of detail.
It also, as I was reading it and getting a little lost, I was like, okay, this is also like a true fantasy and that's what true fantasy lovers really like. They like deeply immersive worlds, like really like big politics, like tension super history. Yeah.
And so that would be me.
I know. So I guess I would say 4 out of 5. Definitely gonna keep enough, and I made it through because after The Butcher, things really got awesome.
Yes, they did. What do you want to read next?
That's hard. I don't know.
What are you reading right now?
What am I reading right now? Oh, I'm reading like a couple of. Let me open up my Kindle app. I'm like between a bunch of books.
Okay.
Swordheart. From T Kingfisher. Yeah.
You recommend?
I like it, and I like her writing a lot.
Okay.
And I think it's really cute. And it's another one that's like
Swordheart. That's right. Okay.
Yeah. Like I was seeing T Kingfisher all over like the Reddit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like
I'm
that
gonna
one.
order that book.
That one was so good. And then I got when we went to the bookstore, the romance bookstore in Cambridge. What is that called?
Lovestruck.
Yeah, because we got the bags.
Yes.
Lovestruck in Cambridge in Harvard Square. I got Paladin's Grace, which is I think it's her first one, and then Swordheart is the next one. But I think Swordheart is more popular. I don't know. So I'm excited to get more into that. What else are you reading?
So I finished Water Moon. That one is by Samantha Sotto Yambao, who I found out is Filipina.
Wow. Oh,
and
great.
she's based in Manila. Oh my God. Did you ever watch like Spirited Away, My Friend Totoro?
I've heard of that.
Movies?
Yeah.
It's a very like famous illustrator and creator whose name I cannot remember or pronounce correctly. But it's a very similar feeling. It's like a very dreamy Japanese fantasy. And there is romance because the two main characters do end up falling in love. But it's very gentle. Like it's not gonna. There's no spice. There's no like open door explicit scenes. And it's so interesting because the main female character is sort of she is like the very centered, very clear-minded badass. She's like, this is how it's gonna go, this is what we're doing. And then her companion is the main male character, and he's kind of like, whoa, like going for a ride. It's his isekai experience, basically. Or portal fantasy type of experience. And he's a physicist. So he's like experiencing this and is like, none of this makes sense, and yet it's happening. So it's kind of cool. So I just finished that. And then I'm in the middle of a book called, I brought it.
Oh, it looks so cute. Look at the, oh my gosh, wait, what's it called?
The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy by Brigitte Knightley.
Oh, I look at it's like, so pretty.
I know. I like getting, I wrinkled it.
Wow, but I am missing out so much not having real books.
Oh, it's a bad.
Yeah, like what is that called? The edges?
Yeah, like they like painted the edges.
Yeah, in flowers.
Flowers. And so this book, it's a duology, and the second book just came out this year. I like paperback books personally, and I love this paperback. It's so pretty.
Yeah.
But the second book is only in hardcover, and I don't want to wait a year.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll borrow the second one from the library and buy my own copy when it's paperback.
That's a good idea.
But it's really funny. It's like very enemies to lovers. It's based on a fan fiction. Draco and Hermione fan fiction.
Oh, did you get this at the bookstore too?
I wanted to.
Oh, yeah, I feel like we talked about it.
Yes, I wanted to, and then I was like, no, I'll read Water Moon first, and then once I finished Water Moon, I ordered this one immediately. And it is so fun and funny. Like, the characters are hilarious. They're both very arrogant because they're both very good at what they do, and they come from two very different worlds, but they come together because the main male character needs the main female character for her magic and her talents. And they're just, it's like such good banter. And like,
let me take a picture of this because
yes.
I want to get that. I'll probably get it on my Kindle tonight and be sad I don't have this like beautiful book.
It's so funny that like it's a very serious world in terms of what's happening, but the characters do not take themselves seriously. Like, it's in that way it's very funny. And like the whole book, when I'm reading it in my head, sounds like a very posh British person reading it the whole time, who's like kind of over it.
Fun.
Yeah. So funny.
I'm so into that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but I just ordered Swordheart. So I'll read that.
Okay.
And we can talk about it.
We could do that. Thanks.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
One? Yay!
That's what I do.
No, I want to. And it looks so good. Like I was, okay. I'm excited.
Oh, yeah, and now you'll have it because I only have it on my Kindle.
Yes.
Great.
And it's like,
it's her newer one, I think, because it was still in hardcover when we saw it at the bookstore. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the hardcover as well. But it's 60% off on Amazon, even though I know technically we shouldn't support Amazon. But,
that's fine. I know.
We're going to be okay.
We can link the book. When I do the links on this episode, I'll link the bookshop. And then that supports small bookstores.
Okay. Yes. I've been on a non-fiction kick lately, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm reading a book on energetic herbalism,
Ooh.
which is really cool. It's this woman, her name is Kat Mayer, and she is I guess a really well-known herbalist, and I think she's down in North Carolina, and her book is kind of the intersection of Ayurveda, traditional Chinese medicine, and, Western herbalism, and how to kind of apply the knowledge and understanding of plant medicine to the person, which all of this was inspired when we started going to tea, and I want to now open a tea place.
Absolutely.
And apothecary. One day it'll happen.
No, I love it.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I read it very slowly. I actually need to start reading it and take notes because there's just so much in there. But now I've started to notice plants that I see on a neighborhood walk, or when we were at the park today, I was taking pictures of all these flowers because I would assume that they're native to Massachusetts or they're easily grown here. So I want to get to know them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I just started as a hobby? Dyeing fabric with plants.
Cool.
Yeah. And then
can we do tie-dye?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I got an indigo kit, but with not indigo plants or anything, because I think that's hard.
Yeah.
But then if you dye fabric with avocado pits, it turns pink.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's onion skins is something nice. All this kind of muted grays or whatever, but the pink was cute, and you can do yellow with something else. So then you can make a dye garden.
Cool.
And grow your stuff to dye your clothes in the most natural.
Emma, we're in our future tea house apothecary. We can have natural plant dye fiber nights.
I know.
I'm
I'm all about it. I'm so ready for my hobby to begin. So I have bought the vats to be dyeing. I bought the special fabric that does not have any chemicals on it. So
Amazing.
It's ready to be dyed.
Yes.
I have, of course, avocados everywhere and onions in my house.
I'm already dreaming of can you imagine a super comfy 100% cotton lounge set? T-shirt, flowy shorts.
I'm at the craft craft thrift store looking at they do have all the patterns for clothes and all this stuff. I'm just in this so hard. This is what happens when you give up alcohol and Instagram.
Yes.
You get these fun new hobbies.
You get hobby. Not calling anyone out. I really am not. But it forces you to be interesting.
Yeah. Well, you know how my word last year was or this year is execute.
Yes.
Because I was still in my Boston Marathon.
Yes.
Yeah. I also had a quilt I wanted to make. I've never made a quilt before.
I haven't either, but
you have the idea.
Yeah.
And I don't have a sewing machine because I didn't want to commit too hard to that. Mm-hmm. So I've been hand quilting.
There are sewing places in around.
I stopped in and met them.
Okay. Amazing.
I was hoping they would give me some more advice, and they were we're busy quilting.
Yeah. Can't you teach me?
Yeah, I was so nervous to go in and talk to these old ladies with their sewing machines. But they were so nice. But yeah, so I've been hand quilting this quilt of my kids' drawings on fabric, and that's what I really want to make. And I can't make this when they're in 6th grade. I have to make this now when the drawings are fresh. But now I want to make my plant dyed quilts.
Beautiful.
I have so I did allow myself Pinterest, and I all I have is Pinterest quilts.
I love that. I occasionally peruse Substack.
Me too,
you were oh, Substack, that's social media. I was oh no.
No, I know. I also am on Substack,
but I only follow 5 people.
Totally.
That I actually want to hear their stuff. But I hate that even on Substack, you don't only get the people that you're following.
I know,
they
and it's a feed.
Suggest people. I'm stop suggesting people. Let me choose my people, because if I'm reading the people that I choose, they're going to organically mention so-and-so's thoughts on why. And I want to curate my own
2012
page. Yeah.
vibes.
Hello.
That's what we want.
Yes.
Where
Leave
it just
me
comes
alone
to you.
with your suggestions.
Exactly.
They are unwelcome.
So I like Substack email lists.
I do that
you
too.
email me your interesting newsletter. I will read that, but I like try my best not to just like scroll in Substack because then I will get stuck.
You get dived in, and then you're like, okay, you're suggesting this person, I'm going to click on them, and then you find yourself like looking at vintage Coach purses on eBay. That would be me.
I do that. And then I buy them, and then my shopping addiction has
oh, girl. Whew. Yeah, it's hard. God, leave us alone, capitalism.
I know, you find a way to get to us.
I know. Oh, man.
Oh, my gosh, it's almost 10.
I know, we should wrap up. But this was so fun.
So fun.
If you have thoughts, if you've read This Kingdom Will Not Kill Me, if you're part of the original, like, insatiable horde Ilona Andrews following, please reach out to us. There's so much we didn't talk about because this book was so wonderfully dense, and there were so many interactions, and Maggie made so many different choices, and there were so many different details. So I could talk about this book for days because I found it endlessly fascinating. But the next time you hear from us, we will have read Swordheart by T Kingfisher, and we'll dive into that one.
Yay.
Yay.